Hey there guys, and welcome back. And if you were just watching the previous stream, definitely welcome back. Thanks for sticking around. So, as mentioned in the last stream, which was a Litelike recap, we have a little bit of an issue here in Litelike, in which that we're getting to the point where designing encounters requires a lot of setup. Basically, we have these three files right here. Well, mostly just these two files. So we have these two files right here that need to be taken care of. And then we also have the translations file that also needs to be incorporated into that setup. So for that reason, I wanted to build a browser. And basically the idea here is that that will go ahead and let us assign values to characters, assign translations to items, make sure that everything is filled out. So for example, if we look at any one of these JSONs, I have a whole list of things here. And in between either copying or just plain typing, and it's one of those things with, and I say or just plain typing just because, obviously, Visual Studio Code has autocomplete, so it's not as bad as having to type it all out itself. You can just, hit a couple letters and then hit the tab key. But point being is that we should be able to speed this process up a little bit by writing a tool to help us develop. So that is the plan for today. This is going to be a live coding stream. Again, obviously we have had some of these streams that have not gone particularly well, but I want to keep on trying. I want to get better at this. So that is why we're doing it live. This is not a particularly difficult task. And yeah. That should be everything. We will be doing this in Python and in TkInter. It is meant to be locally used, locally run. So that's why I'm using Python. And TkInter is built into Python. So that's the GUI we're going with. Very simple. So we'll import Kinter as TK. One thing I like to do, and I'm not going to import, because again, I want to keep this simple enough, I'm not going to import my custom library for TkInter, but what I like to do with my, when I design using my library, is I have this class called pane, and it has a number of different functions on it, but the most important is pack all. I also have, again, I have other ones, but in this situation, we'll just do pack all. Okay. Self and args kw. And this is just a nice function, a nice subclass of. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do this. TTK. And I'll actually make this a TTK frame. And it's a nice convenience function, just for child in self.winfo children. And it's been a while. I believe this needs to be I believe that is not a getter. I'm pretty sure that's a function. Child.pack args kw. Again, just a very nice convenience function. We could also do, so implementing hide and show is, I believe, a little bit more convoluted. If I recall correctly, it's been a long time since I wrote that module, but if I recall correctly, we would have to save the pack configure and then set the pack configure. So I think I'm not going to bother with that, but this is at least a nice little bonus here to make our life easier. So first off, we are going to have the main window, and main window should probably have three options. I'm guessing is, yeah, I don't think I'm going to have the English on here, so I think it's going to be colony items, and so our JSON files, the colony items, and oh, that's right, I can't open up a separate window because it's in the same window. And we do not yet have that technology in VS Code. So, encounters, items, and colony. So let's go ahead and get that done. Define init parent self parent kw super dot init parent kw and sorry if my voice is raspy and I sound a little phlegmy. And evidently there's something going on here. I don't know if I one of those things. Thanksgiving was the other night. I don't know if I picked something up there or whatnot. I just know that I woke up this morning and my throat felt raspy, and now I'm starting to feel like I might be a little bit phlegmy as well. We'll see what happens. So we need to set up some buttons, I imagine. We could also set up a label. Yeah. Litelike. Data. Manager? Yeah, data manager. Font equals times. I believe this is how you do it in TkInter. Again, it's been a while. Bold. Whoops. There we go. So there's that. And then define load window. I think this is how I'm going to set it up. I just wanted to get that written down, as opposed to having different load windows. Window, or maybe JSON. Window JSON. Yeah, I guess we'll go with that. And then we're also going to need pathlib. Not background, back end rather. Okay, to get the files, and we need JSON obviously. And actually, importantly, I should, just in case I run into this problem, let's see, nmt. Do I have this downloaded? I probably should have downloaded this. Let me check. At some point, the mirror of the nmt TkInter docs. Let's see. Don't see it on my desktop. Downloads. Do not see it on. Nope. Do not see it in there. So I know there's at least one mirror that is a PDF of the New Mexico Tech TkInter docs. And this link, I believe, is dead. Sorry for doing all this off stream. Huh. Why is this so difficult to find? Ah, there it is. Alright, cool. Now I have the docs up, just in case we need them. Rearrange my windows a little bit. There we go. Alright, and let's get this up here in case you need to show you it as well. Oh, there it goes. Not that one, though. There we go, and just need to do that. Yes, save. All right. Sorry for the hot second of getting myself set up. Again, we just came from the other stream and I did not have a minute to set up because my streaming software is a doofus and keeps on locking me out when I try to stream too quickly. And when I try to hop into another stream. So, don't know what's up with that, but self, let's see, text equals, should we have, yeah, you know what, I'm going to do it like this. For, let's see, window, JSON, in, no, I'm trying to enter. Colony, entities, colony.js, colony encounters, these. And I'm doing this with the path, with that much path, because eventually we may also want to include English, which is over in strings instead. So that's why I'm including entities instead of just having the path name. But I don't think we're going to do that just yet. I don't know that that makes as much sense. These are JSON, not JS, too used to doing JavaScript. There's that. TTK button, self, text equals window, callback, or command rather, it's command in here. Command equals lambda JSON. Actually, we probably just need the JSON equals JSON. Nah, we should also include the window. Window, JSON equals window. Or actually, this is not how you do that in this program, in this programming language rather. Self.load window JSON. Self.packall. All right. I guess the other way we could do it is, so actually no. So I am, again, this is on the fly, so I was not thinking terribly difficult or terribly much about this. I was imagining that, so if we look at over here, I was, for items, I was going to trust myself to just put in the correct arguments or the correct values into here. I was not going to do any value checking here. For encounters though, that is where the problem occurs, because everything else is fine. Everything else, you know, I can do by value. My problem is the encounters. The encounters may have to be a special window, because I wanted to be able to put those together and cross-reference the other values. So instead of filling those in and, you know, trusting myself to fill them in correctly, because armor and weapons and items and resources all reference things that actually exist as opposed to in items, for example. These resources, I guess these resources also, okay, I take it back. Darn, I was hoping to keep this simpler. And just have the JSON list pre-populate. That was my initial intention, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. So I guess we will be loading individual windows, in which case I'm going to do this. Text JSON and class colony, pane, class, pass, counters, pane, pass, class, items, item? No, items. It is items. Okay. Pane, pass. Okay, there we go. And we do not need the text, we only need the window. So this is colony and counters, items, text equals text. There we go. All right, and then this would be able to shoot, TkInter. Does TkInter have, let's see, search site. Does that have, is it ._tk.master? Is that what it is? Or should I just save self.master? You know what, let's just save self.master to make my life easier, just because I cannot remember, and it might take a hot second for me to fill all that out. I'm gonna replace that obviously with RxKW. KW and self.master equals master. All right, cool. And then this is going to be window self.master. Actually, it occurs to me that this is not even necessary right here. Again, as we go along, because we're doing this on the fly, we realize that we're wasting time, because we can just do this. And we can set up a class data loader. Init self args kw. Actually, let's just do that. Self.data equals json.load self.json. Or, you know what, this is probably not correct. I probably shouldn't do it that way. Class method, define load data, class self. Yeah, I know. You know what, we don't need class method. Herpty derpty derp. Self.master self dot pack and then we can move on. Define init and data loader. There we go. And then we can start populating. Let's see. At this point, I think I also want to do load English self dot English equals JSON dot load. And these should technically be like that. And we actually don't need pathlib at that time, at this point. So normally, and I skipped over it but normally I would make sure that path exists and raise an error if it doesn't. But I think we're gonna just leave it as is. So basically, I don't expect this file to be run from anywhere other than within the repository here. So therefore, it's not really necessary to do any path checking, because it's only supposed to be used in a very specific capacity. Although I just realized that this is outside of Litelike, so we should fix that. So, whoops, not that far. There we go, there we go, there we go. Litelike. And then this is going to be Litelike. Strings. English.json. JSON. And then we can also define save data self JSON.dump. And it's object first, right? Yep, it's object first. So self.data self.json. Define save English self JSON.dump self.english self.json. Okie dokies. And now, I believe we are just on to setting up. So I believe each one of these is going to have a subcategory page, and then maybe not a subcategory page, maybe okay, so I can see a world. Where I do have to add the hide and show buttons on the pane, so that you can flip back and forth between different objects. That would be the point. So do we do that now, or do we hold out until we get there? I think I'm going to hold out until I get to that point. Let's just get ourselves set up. And I think the one thing I will do is I might make another subclass, or maybe just use this. Yeah, we might use this. Well, first off, actually, define clear all self for child in. I wasn't sure if I was going to go with this design pattern, but I think I will. Child.destroy. So I was thinking that I would just do this. And actually I wanted to do self.destroy right here. So I was thinking about having these be single usage and then recreating them afterwards. But because I probably want to swap between pages at some point in the future, this may not be a good idea right here. So instead what this would be is self.pack forget is what would end up happening here. That's what would happen instead. We might also want to do up here, define load page, self callback. Again, a lot of this functionality I have implemented in another module, but I don't want to import the module into here to begin with because that just bloats it up. So we're only going to, because it's a very large module, but we're just going to recreate everything as necessary as we need it. Clear all, callback. There we go. So that would handle us at least showing other, or setting the page. That would be setting the page. It would not be hiding and showing pages, but it's at least there for us to use now. Up here, define show index self. Yeah, it should just be self. Self dot clear all is what I called this one, right? Yes. Actually, I shouldn't really do that. I guess I should self dot show page, or self dot load page. That's what I called it. Load page on this one. And self.show index. There we go. So this is going to be for let category. All right, sorry, JavaScript for category in self.data. How do I want to do this? I could either do buttons right here and then have you navigate down the buttons. The alternative would be a tree view. I guess the alternative would be a tree view. All right, self dot tree view equals. We might need to keep track of the tree view, so tdk dot tree view self, and do I need anything else? So most of the time when I use tree view, I've used it as a, let's see, where is true view? Let me get it. Most of the time I've used it as a table, as, you know, grid, a table grid, whatever you want to call it. But it also has the functionality to function as a drop down list, which I do not normally use. So I don't think I need display columns. I don't think I need columns at all. Select mode, browse. Is browse default? Browse might be default. We'll see what happens. Okay, I don't want the table columns names shown, the labels shown, so I need to do show equals tree. All right, I think that is where we're at. So insert is insert the correct function. Where's insert at? Insert parent. ID. Yeah, okay. So it looks like that's how we're doing this. So self dot tree view dot insert. The parent, I believe, is a dot. It's actually not saying here. Oh no, it's an empty string. Okay, it's an empty string. So there's that. So these are the categories. So that's that. Index is end. Actually, no, this is positional. So this is end. IID is keyword. So we can use that as category. And text equals category. Dot capitalize. Capitalize. Wait, isn't capitalize a function in Python? Python string functions. Am I going crazy? Has it really been that long? Strings. Capitalize. Yeah, string.capitalize. Huh, why didn't it autocomplete? I guess one thing I should do here, because I want to browse through this, is category values dot items. That makes sense. And I guess if I do this, it will... Okay. Evidently I can't do that there. Weird thing is I thought I could, but so for example, blah int equals none, none. Yeah, see, it lets you do it there. Okay. Whatever. For let me look really quick. Okay, yeah, values are a list rather than a tree, so I almost really derped that one up. I don't know why I put dict over here. I guess because I normally used to nesting them like that, nesting them by key instead of by list, but that's not how we're doing it in this program. So I guess that makes sense. All right, so for item in enumerate values, because these are by ID, and I'll change that to ID. No, I shouldn't change that to ID. Underscore ID. ID is actually a thing in Python, so should not do that. Self.treeview.insert category and IID equals ID text equals and define get English self Yeah, it should just be category and index. Category index. Oh no, it shouldn't be category and index. Oh, because English is. Oh no, English is a flat one. Okay, English is flat. I do not have it broken up by JSON. All right, cool. Man, you'd think I'd know this, you know, with as much as I worked with this stuff. Category index. Okay. Return self dot English dot. Oh no. Bracket. Category index. Not JavaScript. Self dot get English and show index. We are not in JavaScript. Get English category ID. And that should be good. I think that's everything. Because we're only showing the category and object name. Okay. Self.treeview.pack. Alright, self.load page. And then self text equals back. Command equals yeah, so I'm going to continue for the time being with our previous design pattern, and I am going to go ahead and create a, you know what, I guess class category page, pane data loader, define init, steal this stuff out because this stuff really does not matter. I guess I could do this. Change this to category page. Self master args. Title equals colony. This derp should go after that. There we go. Or title, rather. Title. This, I guess, should not be load page at that point. So this is just going to be self.show self.pack all. TkInter.label. Self text equals title. Font equals title. Oh. Put that in the wrong place. There we go. Font equals times 20 and bold. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Command equals self.unload. Or load main, I guess. Because we're not actually unloading again, as I said before. Define load main. Whoops, main. Self. Window, or not window. Main self.master .pack self.pack no, not self.pack. Yeah, see, that's the problem because I'm doing the pack forget here. We're gonna change this to destroy for the hot second because it makes my life easier. So basically, the way I would normally structure this is I have these things called controllers in my setup, and the controller is the back end code rather than the front end display code, and that would handle all the window bouncing and all the display changes and whatnot. And I even have one that sets out, you know, how Windows different panes are laid out and what shapes and whatnot. So I have all that functionality in my other module, but we are not dealing with all that right now. So I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible rather than rewriting all of it. So for that reason, we're going to do this. Self.destroy. The idea here is that these windows, these category pages, and this main window are static pages, quote unquote. So we don't necessarily need to worry about bouncing them in and out. There's no reason why we would bounce between any sub page. So for example, the combatants page, we don't need to worry about jumping from the combatants page to the define armor page. So for that reason, they can just be deleted at the moment. Again, we may have to revisit our strategy for the other pages, but at the moment it is not necessary. Items. Alright. And this button, the reason I left it down after the pack all is because I'm thinking about placing it. And I need to double check on how that works because that's not something I ever did very much. Let's see. Place. Geometry. Where's geometry? Geometry. Geometry strings. No, those are just strings. So, layout managers, grid method, grid method. Huh? Where is place? I'm looking at the docs right now. Let's see. Should be able to swap you over to it. There you go. You're over with the docs with me since this is going to take a minute. Boom. So I'm not seeing place in here. So where are they hiding it? It may be in universal widget methods. Let's see, place MOP. All right, not in here. Huh. Control F, place. Yeah, see, I tried looking for geometry managers, but there's geometry strings. Huh. I was going to place it in the top left was my idea. That's TTK specifically. Huh. This is weird. I wonder why it's not here. Why is only grid here? Oh. Prefers grid. The author prefers grid. That's why grid is here. Alright, well, let's see. I'm guessing that's the string I need to search through. Let's check. Tinker, TkInter. What's the change here? Oh, it's only changing because of the back arrow. Okay, gotcha. So, site, pack, and do I gotta put this in quotes? Alright. Did not find anything. Great. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna pack that for right now. I will figure that out at a later date, I guess. Because I do not see the docs for TkInter place. Place. Do not replace what I'm trying to. Stack Overflow. Get out of here. Customize. Strictly necessary for my choices. Okay, gotcha. Place in list box. Alright, that might work. Let's hop back over to VS Code. Let's try it. We'll see what happens. Dot place in self. Oh shoot. That was X. Yeah, X equals 0, Y equals 0. Anchor, I do want it in the top left, so that's NW. And then I don't know about the relative width. I think I'm going to leave that alone and see what happens. Alright, so now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and run this, and hopefully it works. Oh, it is not going to work. That is hilarious of me. I totally skipped. Normally this is the first thing I do. This was not the first thing I do today. If name equals main tk equals, or no, root equals tk.tk, root dot main loop, main root dot pack, and now it should work. Python JSON browser dot py. And alright, so we got something here, and it should be showing up. Let me just check the stream. Yeah, so it's showing up super big, but that's fine. You guys are okay with that. So click colony, and let's check the colony has no attribute data. Self.data. So let me minimize all this stuff to get out of your way. Self.data equals load. Oh, we never actually loaded the data and loaded in English. That would make sense. Self. Load. Sif that load data. Self.load English. And now we try again. Clear up to, hit the enter button, colony, and our new error is string has no attribute read. Oh, that's right. JSON, you need to, it's been a while. JSON, you need to open up. That makes sense. Let me minimize this for you guys. And with open self.json as f, and this let's just be articulate f. There we go. Tab with open self.json, or no, this guy. And actually, that is going to need to be fixed down there as well because I derped. Load f as f. R, and just in case, I'm going to do coding equals UTF-8. Just in case. With open self.json. And we want to just overwrite this as f. With open. Do I have this? Yes, I do. Encoding UTF-8 as f. All right, there we go. Let's see. No such file or. Let's see. Current work directory should be correct, and that's a relative path, right? It's not an absolute path because it's not starting. Litelike entities colony. Litelike entities colony.json. All right, you know what? One of these things, we can fix this. This one, I guess, will be a class method. Return path pathlib.path.cwd. Oh, did I delete pathlib already? Did I get that bored? Value, and I guess I should just call this path. Get relative path dot resolve. Self dot get relative path, self dot JSON, self dot get relative path. I guess a smarter idea would just be to, yeah, you know what? Let's do this. One of these things, not spending any time thinking about what I'm doing, just kind of getting it onto the page. But fortunately, it only takes half a second to fix. Pop up here, get relative path, delete that. Back that up, hit the save button. Oh, and I didn't close this stuff, so you guys have been staring at it all this time. That's alright, I'm sorry. Colony. Huh. CWD. CWD should be returning. Oh, I see. Because I got the double slashes in there. That is why. So, I'll minimize it this time properly for you guys. When I take get relative path and use this with a path starting here, I'm pretty sure that's what's goofing me up right now, because these, if I'm going to use the pathlib.path, should not be here. Let's see. All right, cool. That is great. Item selector not found is a different error and not one that we let's see, item selector is not found. That's a TCL, so it's ID. Category. Category should be the parent IID. So that item selector should be correct. Huh. Let's take a quick look at tree view. Tree view, tree view, tree view, tree view. Up over here on the windows. There you go. Every item has a unique... Yeah, so it is a string. It is a string. So that's the first thing I was checking. Make sure that we were not supposed to provide an integer or something like that. We are on the second row. Where's this at? Show index. So we are on this one right here because the error code, sorry, we are over here because the error code did say category and IID. If I bring that up right there, you can see the line is right here, category and IID. So that is correct. Parent's IID. The parent's IID was set via IID, and if we look at our code, insert and IID equals. Oh, that is a derp face. Oh crap! Holy cow! Okay. Whoops. That was actually an embarrassing error. There we do. IID 0. Item 0 already exists. Interesting. So we're on the second category. The category is category. Alright, I guess we start printing at this point. So, print category. Let's see what happens here. Oh, am I not showing the... It looks like I just realized I have the PowerShell turned off. So actually, the last time I left the PowerShell open, you guys could not... you guys actually were not getting blinded by the PowerShell. So, print sector job. Item 0 already exists, huh? Oh, I see. The IID has to be unique throughout the whole entire tree. Understood. Okay. So the IID is not specific for this branch, it's specific for the entire tree, which means that is going to be category plus IID. Clear, run, click it. Oh, and this is not JavaScript, so... let's, I guess, do an F string. Add this in here. There we go. And this time you were stuck with the PowerShell on the screen, but it looks like it was not big enough to cause an issue. Close that. Clear that. Run that. Hit that. All right, there we go. And the back button is stuck right there. And if I stretch this around, it is like that. So next thing we need to do is, so the interesting thing is that I've only got sector and job here, right? Only have sector and job. So, a couple things. One, we need to, let me get rid of this stuff off your screen. All these packs, we're going to want to do fill equals both expand equals true. That way they are definitely as big as they can be. Window.pack, and then down here at the bottom, main.pack. So that should be all that. Second thing is that we only had... Oh, actually, no, I guess that's right. That was the sector page, the colony page. So I guess we only have two options there. So let's boot that back up then and look at a different page. Oh, and we are we are not in JavaScript. So let me make this a bit bigger because you guys are having a hard time seeing it. There we go. True is not true in this language. True, true, and true. Okie dokies, and try that again. Clear, Python. All right, let's go to encounters instead, and key error combatants. Okay, yeah, so this is not laid out the same way across all of them, I guess. Makes sense. So we have an option to... Yeah, there we go. So that is looking correct. And that's funny, it did not resync, it doesn't look like it resunk the TK window. Oh, I see why. Yeah, the PowerShell one is in the way. There we go. So there we go. There is all our weapons. And as you can see, we got the full dictionary name here because all I did was get the strings. Right? I did not use string.name. But this is definitely a start. So let's go ahead and clean that stuff up really quick. Minimize. So first off, building the tree, we are going to want get English name. There we go. Next up, I want to see, let's hop back over to the internet. Is there a way to set it as open? Yes, there is. Okay, cool. So for each of the categories, I can delete category now. And we can set that open equals true. There we go. So there is that. Sorry, did not swap back. Open equals true on the end here. Deleted the print function right before this. And now we fix this. We fixed the category names. And the next thing I wanted to do was fix combatants. So, for combatants. For combatants, character, encounters, combatants. Yeah, so that's actually not something we have. Combatants is actually something different altogether. So I think we're going to handle it differently altogether. It's not laid out as the same as colony and items. Characters is actually not something we have set up right now. So characters and let's see. Because we have the player character name up here, that kind of throws a wrench in it. I was considering refactoring this into combatants instead. But the player character... Because if we change this to combatants, right? Let's see. Counters, combatants. I have to move the player character name out somewhere, and then I'd have to pull the names from somewhere else. Whereas we have the set name set here. Combatants also, I could have different brigands. I could like have brigand with the name brigand, but instead of having this rifle, he could have an axe instead. So we'd still be using the same character name. Yeah, so I think it makes sense to have it lined up like this. In which case we are going to need another screen for names specifically, for character names specifically. JSON browser, so let's get that set up. And then encounters. So encounters, right now we don't have them, but non-combat encounters should be a thing in that JSON. Those, yeah, all of that might have to be taken care of differently. So let me do this, move this down, because this starts, these first two are just straight up facts, and then the next ones are more conditional. They're more flexible things. So we are going to delete this. We'll still make this a data loader and a pane and a data loader. Move this down. And we also need character now. Class characters, pane, data loader. So the character pane is actually just strings right now because we don't have any actual characters. So if I were to define a character, So if I, in theory, new file, characters.json, what would I put in here? Like, it feels to me, characters, like this is it. Like each character would literally just be that. I don't know what. I don't know what information I could provide the characters other than just a name is my issue. Yeah, I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything to put in here. Maybe that becomes a thing later on, but I do not see it as reasonable at the moment. So this JSON I think is going to be left empty, and then self.load English. Yeah, this is the only problem, right? The only problem is that, let's say we add other languages, we need to cross-reference that all the other languages are well, we kind of need a central ID number. However, I'm just trying to think about it. I don't see... I don't see any real way around this. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this together, and I guess that is where we'll be at, is just... I'm going to need to build the tree, and for self.tree view... Actually, you know what? Let me just... grab this, and then I guess delete this. Self dot English characters. That's just going to be that. And this is just going to be ID at this point. And text is going to actually be item name. I think that's correct. Self.tree. Actually, let us grab self.pack all and grab the back button. Grab the label. And then we need load main. All right, and let's make sure that works. Characters, nope. Key error characters, huh? I might be a derp face. English, key error, character. Gotcha. Alright, cool. There we go. And if I make this bigger, back to, yep, so everything stays centered, and the back button does go all the way off to the left-hand side. I'm thinking, about putting padding in here to account for the back button. It's possible that back buttons just should not be there, so that time we spent meh. I guess it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's probably not that big of a deal. Alright, so that is that, and we do get back to here. Encounter still needs to be fixed, so go ahead and close this. Minimize that. Let's get encounters up and running. So, let's see. I think we're going to build it the same exact way as the other one. Then we just need to fix the character name. So we're going to steal this out again. Steal that out again. Steal that out again. Self.pack all. Alright, so that is the basic setup. This is encounters. We can get rid of this right there. Did I have that down here? No, I did not. Okay, cool. Let's grab load main. We're gonna need that. And it's possible that I probably should have, it's possible that I maybe should have modified something up here. That way I didn't have to cut this out and modify it here, but for right now, this keeps things easier. So here instead, our problem is get category, get English category and ID. This category is actually instead character instead of the category. But that is only for combatants. Okay, so if let's see, language name equals none. Yeah, I guess I'll do it this way. If category equals combatants, language name equals character. Oh. Yeah, well, you know. Elif category equals non-combat, because that's, I believe, the next category we're going into. I guess I'll put the combat and non-combat encounters are both encounters, right? So I don't want to just put this as encounter. This, like, encounter would make more sense, but that kind of presumes that combatants are in encounters. You know what, we'll put it in encounters. I mean, I don't want to be too inconsistent here, so. And then this would just be language name and that. And let's see whether or not that was enough without thinking too hard. Encounters. Nope, it was not. Oh, has no attribute data. Let's see. Self.data. And this should instead be self.load data, self.load English. Try that again. Encounters and category index. Key error none. So we did not. Okay, so I probably missed an S here. So it was supposed to be combatant. Let's double check that in here. Encounters, combatant. No, combatants. Combatants is correct. Oh, I have tiers down here. That is why I have tiers. So, let's see. All right, we're gonna change this up for category. Category, language name in, whoops, don't do that, stop doing that. Combatants, characters, character, non-combat, encounter. Do it this way. We can delete that. Category to capitalize. We can delete this line and enumerate, and now this values is instead going to be self.data.get category and leave a list there. Boom, ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom. And I think that is good for right now. And then self.treeview.insert and ID equals tiers, because tiers are going to be inserted differently. Text equals tiers. Open equals true. For I in range, or let me just double check. Oh my goodness, have you guys been, oh no, that is, all right. For a second there, I looked over at the preview monitor and I thought that you were looking at the internet instead. Okay, panicked a second there. However, this is what I want to do. I want to hop up here. Okay, combatants and rewards. You know what? Maybe we leave this code out for the time being and come back and add it back in later. Because I'm still not... It's randomly generated combatants and rewards. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm handling that. So... It's possible the way I may want to do this is actually swap this out. And instead do this and this and set it up like this, so that or I guess never mind, that should be like that. So each tier is its own dictionary which has combats and rewards in it. It may be that I want to set that up in that orientation instead. And then on this main page, I'd be able to iterate over. Yeah, actually, you know what? We can set this up. If I set it up like that now, then that's a little easier to do this main page. So this main page would then go by range, and that is... actually, if we're a list here, do we even need that? Yeah, we don't need range. For I in... Actually, no, it doesn't matter. We can do length. Length, self.data, tiers, self.treeview.insert, our IID is tiers, and IID equals tier I, text equals tier I, and then that will be, what I'm thinking is, that will be a sub window itself. So you'll open up, you'll click on the tier you want, and then that will take you to another tree view that shows you combatants and rewards in that tree view. So that way we can have this window finished off now, and then just have to create another window later on, is the idea. So let's get this running. Clear. Check for errors. No errors so far. We already did characters. Okay. So encounters. There you go. So combatants, player character, space brigand, magnum populator. Actually, there should be... I'm missing one? Hold on. That does not look right. But anyway, tier 0 right here is filled out correct. We don't have any non-combatants, so that is fine. Let's close this out. I feel like... aren't I missing my boss battle? Encounters.json. There's that. There's that. So that is... Huh. Oh, I think I know what I'm doing wrong. So here... language ID. ID is... Language name is combatants, and ID is not ID, it is item name. I believe that's what I'm doing wrong. Let's check. Encounters. There you go, yep. Space Brigand, Magna Populator, and Magna Populator. Where's my Ultima? Where's my Magna Populator Ultima? Or Magna Ultima Populator, rather. Encounters. Name 1, 2, 2. This has both weapons, so this is the last one. Oh, did I derp that up last time? I might have derped that up last night. Okay. So if I went back into the demo right now, I think I would find out that the name was not correct for the boss battle, which is embarrassing. But again, yeah, there we go. All right. So that is all of the menus created that I wanted to create. Okay, there's thick fur. I need a scroll bar, it looks like, just to make sure in these situations that we understand that there's more content here. Alright, so let's toss this scroll bar in right quick. Let's see. We'll start up here, obviously. F equals tk.frame self. This is now going in F. Actually, let's make that a pane instead. I think that makes sense because I can do f.packAll side equals left, fill equals y. And then ttk.treeView, or no, that's tk.scrollbar. Master is F. Shoot, it's been a while. I think orientation vertical. Now scroll command, right? Scroll. Oh, sorry, this stuff is still up on your screen. My bad. Let's see. Scroll bar. Scroll bar. Scroll command, isn't it? Okay, it looks like vertical was the default orientation, so we didn't actually need that. Command. TK scroll bar. Command callback. There we go. There's the scroll bar. Entry X scroll. Okay, so let's see. Let's hop over to tree view really quick. Tree view. See if that's built into the Y scroll. Nope, it is not. Just double checking. Scroll commands. Okay, not one of those. Ah, go back. Oh no, shoot dirtbag. I hate when it does that. Shoot. This? Yeah, this. So this is what I'm getting a little bit confused on is, and it's been a while. Okay, command equals that dot y view, but on the other end, you do set. Okay, so the scroll bar command is command equals self dot. Oh, sorry. Let me pop you back over to code. Self dot tree view dot y view, and then we have to self dot tree view dot y scroll command dot configure. Huh. Is it in configure or is it in y scroll command? So I know the docs over there were you using the bracket. But I could have swore I've seen that instead of using brackets, I've seen it set in either config or... Huh. Alright, you know what? We're going to put in brackets, I guess. Doesn't feel right, but... I guess we're going to at least try. Equals... scroll equals... Scroll dot... what was it again? Y set? Or dot set. Alright, let's see how that works. Pop it open again. And let's see, what was a tall one? I guess this? Yeah, there we go. Alright, and if I scroll here, that sets correctly. So if I wheel scroll on the list, it sets the scroll bar, and vice versa. Alright, cool. Alright. So, I think that is everything for this morning. I know we have not gotten into the actual, the actual editing of the objects just yet, but I don't want this to run too long. And again, back to my voice, I don't want to necessarily wear it out immediately this morning because we have Chroma Squad after lunch. So, I will go ahead and get myself some lunch. We'll do some Chroma Squad afterwards, and either tonight or possibly tomorrow we'll come back to this, and then it's all just a matter of getting the edit page set up. So again, the edit pages are going to be more difficult than I originally thought because each of these needs to be cross-referenced and whatnot. So, and furthermore, you want to be able to create a new, so for example, if I'm creating a combatant, let's say, right, I need to be able to create that combatant's name. And then I need to be able to create the combatant's weapons, which may involve actually creating a weapon at the same time that I am creating the combatant. Which again is the issue that I'm running into, which is showing a different window, a different pop-up window to create a different object while another object's on there. Again, it should be relatively, I'm thinking it's probably going to be easier than I think it's going to be, but we'll see what happens there. So, anyway, that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching if you have been, and honestly, I'm kind of glad that this session did not go as rough as some of the other ones we've run into. Fairly simple bug fixes, and we got a good bit of code written, so pretty happy with how this one went. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great, wonderful day, afternoon, or evening, wherever in the world, and I will see you after lunch if you're sticking around.